So now Sean is going to approach Sergeant Fahey's home, and we'll go through this video and break it down. And he basically said, as coming into the property, there were no trespassing signs posted. So he came into the property, and we're going to see the door knock here. He does have a camera, and he has a cameraman with him as well. Let me turn on the caption so everybody can hear. And here we go.
There aren't any no trespassing signs. We're just coming in peace to ask some questions.
And Todd, I'll pause this because I know you have a lot to.
Oh, I'm currently being recorded. His Ring camera said.
All right, let's talk about this first knock, Todd, because we were talking about this in the green room before we came on. So he knocks on the door and does what?
He steps away from the door. That's a very critical first piece of this. It shows that Mr. Reyes is not being antagonistic. It shows that he's there to exercise his journalistic rights, and he has given Sergeant Fahey that space to be able to think, process who's here on my property. And I don't want to get ahead of the video, but when he gives get off my property, he complies.
Yeah. Asking what was blurred out. I think this has, I remember someone talking about this in another video. It has something in relation to the family. And I believe he's just blurring it out for privacy.
Probably sorry, Brian. It's probably one of those signs that says like the Faheys with the number, the address number. So I think it was very respectful of Sean to block it out here. That's professional journalism right there.
For sure. All right, here we go.
Can I help you?
Hey, Sergeant Fahey, how are you?
You gotta get off my property. No trespassing.
Nope, there is no posted sign. There's no problem. Do you have any, let's go. Do you have any comment on the allegations that you are, I am moving. Do you have any comment on the allegations that you are receiving?
Okay, we'll pause here. If anybody wants to jump in, please do.
Go for it, Todd.
Yeah, this, Brian, you opened up this segment with these two having history. Perfect opportunity for Sergeant Fahey to stay inside the house. He retreated. He went back in the house. That was the right thing to do on his part. We are going to see something different than that decision. But for the life of me, I can't imagine that someone within the Connecticut State Police didn't advise him to keep his distance. If Sean shows up again, or if you have some interaction with him, we advise you to keep your distance. I can't, for the life of me, I can't imagine that he was not advised that.
Very interesting point, Todd. All right, here we go.
Couldn't even get the question out. Ladies and gentlemen, he was so angry. Couldn't even get the question out. He says that there's no trespassing signs. Let's see. Let's see if there's no trespassing signs.
Leaving.
What a coward. He can assault me.
Being told what was directed by the person that owns this property. He is retreating. He is leaving. And in my mind, this is where the situation is going to get escalated, because the officer, the trooper, is going to re-engage now. The way that I look at it, and I'm kind of getting ahead of the video here too, is that you're going to hear some things like, oh, you threatened to kill me and my family. If you felt so threatened by this, then why did you come out? Why not just create that barrier, a wall, a door? Stay on the phone with 911 and say, hey, this guy's now leaving. I told him to leave. He's walking up my property. I have eyes on him. I do have my pistol in my hand just because, or just in case. But now he's going to re-engage and come outside with his pistol.
Brian,
go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say also, this kind of equates to the type of legal analysis that would be employed with self-defense. So someone can be exculpated from criminal liability if they present a successful self-defense defense. They say this person was aggressing towards me and I exercised due force back to protect my house or my dwelling. But in this case, and in self-defense cases, which are always hotly contested, you have Mr. or Sergeant, whatever he is, Trooper Fahey, receding back into the dwelling. Sean is receding consistently, as Todd pointed out, from the dwelling. He doesn't stop. He is moving backwards, and at some point he turns and starts properly, I might add, facing Trooper Fahey because he was presented with a weapon. But Fahey is the aggressor. He could have done just as you said, Brian, go into the dwelling, say, I have a weapon. This person isn't leaving. They're showing signs of not leaving. I feel threatened, or he has violated some private property sign. All of these things could have been employed properly. But you have Fahey, who turned himself again and again into a repeat aggressor. That's not going to bode well during an ultimate prosecution of this matter. I know there's criminal charges pending and or a civil rights action, which is anticipated. And we'll have to wait and see how that plays out.
Brian,
Yep.
can you pause right there?
Yep.
Please go back to the video. But
Of course.
To visualize what Nan just articulated, which way is Sean's back facing?
To the house.
To the house. He's not backpedaling.
Yep.
He's not antagonizing.
He's leaving.
To Nan's point about the analysis, he has made a cognitive decision that they're exiting the property. His back is to the house. Right now, obviously he could hear, but he can't see Fahey. So this just shows that he is moving in a direction to be non-confrontational.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God he had a camera, really.
Yeah, and I'm going to get into that as this kind of gets on, because I want to talk about that as well. All right, let's play a little bit more here.
Broad daylight while receiving taxpayer money. But the minute an independent journalist comes to his home,
Still leaving.
and he's probably going to try and get me unlawfully arrested now. As you can see, I moved back his camera that says you're currently being recorded. Film this guy. You're crazy. What do you think I'm doing, you psycho? You have a weapon in your hand? What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't have any weapons. I'm a journalist. What do you think I'm doing, you psychopath? What do you think I'm doing?
Get off
What
my
do you think
property
I'm
right
doing?
now.
What do you think
Get
I'm
off
doing?
my property right now.
I'm off your property.
This is my property.
Well, do you see me
All
not
the way
moving?
to the cul-de-sac.
Calm down.
Get off my
that gun out
fucking
of your hand.
property.
Get that gun out of
Get
your
off
hand,
my
you psycho.
fucking property.
Get that gun
I'm
out
a
of your hand, you
goddamn
psycho.
Connecticut State Trooper.
I don't care who you are.
Trespassing
I don't
on
care
my
who you are.
fucking
I don't
property.
care who you
Get
are.
off my fucking
I don't care
property.
who you are.
Right now.
You spit in my
Get off my
face.
property
You're
right
going
now.
to jail now.
Get
Look
off
at
my
this.
property
Look
right
at this. He's spit in my
Get off my
face.
pro-
You saw
You're
you're
right
going
in
to
my
jail.
face. I'm spitting as I'm talking to you.
No, you spit
Get
in
off
my
my
face.
property
You spit in
right
my face.
now.
You spit in my face.
Get off my
You're
property
going to jail.
right now.
I'm going.
Get off my
I've
property
been going.
right
Since the
now.
moment you told me.
Get off
That's
my
not how criminal
property
trespass
right
works,
now.
psycho.
Get
You're
off
a
my
psycho,
property
bro. You're,
right
look at
now.
the gun in his hand. This guy's
Goddamn right.
crazy.
I'm a Connecticut State
I
Trooper.
don't care a shit who you
are
are.
trespassing on my property.
That doesn't matter. You can't
threatened
break
to
the law.
kill me.
I didn't.
You threatened to
You
kill
lied.
me online.
Right? No, I
Get
did
off
not.
my fucking
You're a
property
liar.
right now.
You are a liar.
Right now.
Look, see the big
Get off
beautiful
my
billboard
property.
truck? It's all being recorded.
I don't care.
It's all being. I
Get
know you
off
don't
my
care.
property
Because you don't face any
right now.
consequences.
Get
You
off
don't
my
face any
property
consequences.
right now.
Don't
This is
spit in
the
my
biggest
face.
mistake you ever
No,
made.
no, it's not.
This
It's
is
the biggest mistake
you
you
ever
ever
made.
made. No,
Get
it's
off
not.
my property right now.
It's not the biggest mistake
Get
I
off
ever
my
made.
property right
It's
now.
not the biggest mistake. The
Get
biggest
off
mistake. You
my
are spit in my face.
I
You
didn't spit in your face.
You
I
disgusting.
was spitting
You
on
dis-
you.
Yeah.
Why I'm yelling at you to get off my
Yeah.
property right
Get
now.
off. I'm off your property. Now what?
Can I go
Wow.
first? Can I go first, please? I know I'm not a law enforcement officer or a retired one. Okay.
Ladies first.
Thank you. All right. Because I even picked up a couple things I didn't pick up previously.
Oh, I have a lot to say about this.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nan.
All right. So I'm gonna leave like the heavy duty police analysis to Todd. So it's all
Yeah.
yours, my friend. But here's a couple of comments on this. One,
Oop.
as Mr. or whatever, Trooper Fahey is coming at Sean. I forget Sean's last name. I'm gonna call
Reyes. SeanPaul Reyes.
Oh, Reyes, Mr.
Yes.
Reyes. Okay.
Yep.
So as Trooper Fahey is coming at Mr. Reyes, and I know I don't want to get ahead of your video, but there's going to be an issue as to spit, the excretion of it, and whether there's fault for it. But I just saw that in Fahey's rant, and he's get off my property right now coming at him, he literally steps into Mr. Reyes, which some may think this is weak, but I had a case involving this years back. That is assault.
Fault.
So I know we're getting ahead of, what ultimately happens and as far as that day is concerned, and with the spit and the like, but there was an assault, an unlawful touching of a criminal nature. I'd have to dig into the Massachusetts statutes, but that in
Connecticut.
oh, excuse me, Connecticut.
Yep.
It's
That's okay.
all of every.
We always say Massachusetts because we're always covering Massachusetts cases.
But I'm telling you, that could be assault too. That would have been enough, in my opinion, for there to have been some type of citation or arrest. The other couple points I wanted to make are, as far as Fahey saying you just made the biggest mistake that you ever made, something like that. You just made the biggest mistake.
Ooh.
That's a threat, by the way. Now, I'm not saying that that's criminally culpable. I'm saying you have a Connecticut State or a goddamn Connecticut State Trooper telling a civilian who was lawfully on the property, I might add. He was lawfully on the property. My understanding is there are no trespassing signs. I'll hit the point of private road signage in a moment, but Mr. Reyes was lawfully on the property and lawfully receding from the property. But when you have a trooper saying you just made the biggest mistake that you ever made, that is a threat. And in no way, shape, or form could that have been misunderstood. Do we know what the threat is? We don't know what the threat is, but I mean, we now know how the story at least has unfolded to now. And Mr. Reyes has been arrested, as was his cameraman. I forgot my third point, but I just want to make one point on what I heard was, at least in some chats, might have been in your chat, Brian, somewhere I saw that there is a private road or no access. This is a private road sign that may be posted on this kind of unusual driveway. I would make just two little points. One, that type of signage, if it exists, that it's a private road, would not in any way constitute a no trespassing signage necessary to preclude or prevent anyone from being permitted on the property. That they're not the same. If it's a private road, it simply means that people can't just drive down it like it's a public road. The other point is, if anyone feels very passionately about this, or if Mr. Reyes or any of his supporters or his attorney ultimately watch this, I would encourage anyone to make a deeds, DEEDS search for the property records of Trooper Fahey, because it's such an unusual parcel of land where you have one access road that allegedly is private, but yet it appears to shoot off to two residences. I don't know, and I don't think any of you know, and I dare say Trooper Fahey doesn't know who actually owns that private road. And it may very well be the other residents to the left of the video. Also, if someone is requesting the deeds records, you would want to look into what are called easements.
Yeah. What an easement is. Yep.
Easements are where, hey, one person owns the property, but they, through a legally recorded document or through custom and practice, lend access to property to the other person who needs it. Think of like, I need to go down this path. My house is on the other side of it. Can I cut through legally? Can I have permission and easement to go through your property? That may make a very big difference ultimately in a criminal prosecution or an ultimate civil prosecution that Mr. Reyes may want to file. Whose property was it? So those are my points. Go ahead, Todd.
Well said, as always, Dan. I think as far as the property boundaries go, it's probably that, the easement is certainly an issue, but also common use, right? So just based on the layout of the residential properties there coming in off the cul-de-sac, there's only but so much land in order to give everyone, their own driveway. So that's that one point which Dan broke down very, very eloquently. Okay, so in Massachusetts, spitting on another is considered assault and battery. Let me break that down for you. In Massachusetts, Brian, if I got in your face and just yelled and with rage and antagonism, but I didn't touch you, that's considered simple assault.
Wow.
If I touch you, that's the battery, right? So the spitting in this case, again,
The COPTUAH.
the COPTUAH of it,
The
that
COPTUAH.
ends up being the battery in Massachusetts. In Connecticut, there's another charge that is actually called threats. And under threats, it would capture the spitting on in what we saw in Fahey's misconduct there. And also there's another level of threats that's actually a felony. So there's other remedies that Sean Reyes could pursue other than assault, because the nuance in the language doesn't afford him to use that as a potential charge. You know, we were talking offline in the green room that Fahey is way overly emotionally invested in whatever is going on between him and Mr. Reyes. And, you know, I do a lot of work with investigative journalists here in Massachusetts on all the main stations. I've never ran into someone that will sit down and take the time and share with you their misgivings. So, you know, again, I'm not faulting Sean. He's well within his rights to make the approach. Just as a Jehovah Witness, a Mormon, anyone else walk in the neighborhood, Girl Scouts, right? It is what it is. Once he was given the get off my property, he complied and started moving away. And so I think Mr. Reyes did exactly what he was supposed to do. He was off on the nuances of the law. The police officer, and again, don't want to get ahead of this, but we'll hear the explanation, the poorly broken down explanation by one of the responding police officers about the law. But that being said, he didn't do himself any justice here in helping his situation. That's for sure.
How's this as a conduct as a member, an active member of the Connecticut State Troopers? How do they deal with this conduct, Todd? And does this affect his position? I haven't heard of anything of that he's been suspended or anything like that. You know, what message are you sending to the public when you're seeing something like this?
Yeah, I would think there would be a follow-up investigation, Brian. And again, keep in mind that internal affairs or any investigation, it's an administrative action within the police department. Maybe we'll see something that surfaces. You know, again, this thing's going to be living in the courts for a while based on charges. But I can tell you this: I'm 1,000% sure the charges against Sean Reyes will be dropped if they haven't been dropped already.
Wow. That's a big
Wow.
percentage. And I know, Brian, that you were discussing on your show on the Sunday 617 with Jason Broyles the fact, and I'd love to hear Todd's commentary on this, the fact that Mr. Reyes then shifted his body from walking away from the dwelling to facing Trooper Fahey because a gun was presented. And you and Jason Broyles, Brian, went into like a big analysis of, hey, now there's a weapon involved and you're pointing it at me and I'm not turning my back on you. Like I wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. Do you have any thoughts, Todd, on that? I mean, it did appear clearly that Mr. Reyes continued his stride and was receding from the property. He never changed course. And even though he was having a confrontation with Trooper Fahey, he consistently moved backwards. What are your thoughts about that, Todd?
So great question. So the optics of it all, one, shows that Sean Reyes was retreating. He was given an exit order to get off his property, and he complied with that. It also shows that Fahey was the aggressor. It shows that Fahey could have stopped at any point on that 300-foot driveway and projected his voice, but stopped movement and encroachment on
Right.
Sean Reyes. That didn't happen. And then we just put the cherry on top with the firearm in his hand, which I was sharing with Brian, is never a tactical decision. That is never anything tactically trained in law enforcement to be able to walk and engage in someone in that manner. So I just want to put that out there and take that off. You know, a police officer's trained to do that. But
Can
the
I-
bottom line is Sean Reyes retreated the whole time.
And can I ask one more question, Todd? I don't think I've heard this question before, but I don't know even know if we could find out the answer to this. But would it be appropriate for Trooper Fahey to be using his state issued firearm, if it was, at his personal dwelling to protect himself or those within his dwelling? Now, again, I don't want to gaslight here. We don't know. I don't know if the police would have had a practice to document the firearm in some fashion with serial number or photograph it. I don't
Excuse me,
know
guys.
if it was issued by the state of Connecticut. But I was just curious if there's any nuance here, because it sure appeared to me that Trooper Fahey, who purportedly operates a desk job, who purportedly was not working at the time and possibly might have been using his law enforcement issued weapon. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Again, great question, Nan. Let's hypothetical scenario. Let's say there was a shooting. The fact that he was off duty with a department issued firearm would not be detrimental. What you have to look at now is the privilege of being on your property and defending your, making the claim that you're defending your family in your dwelling, but now you're no longer, you're in this common use area. That privilege stops at some point. Once he comes off, the further he gets away from his front porch, that argument begins to become weaker.
It's very interesting because I only thought of this now as we're talking, and this may be something to look into, something for Mr. Reyes to pursue, and also for the Connecticut State Police to look into as well, because that would be a checks and balances and a measurement of Trooper Fahey's competency and suitability or fitness to carry a firearm, in my opinion. If he's going to cross proverbial lines with a department issued firearm, and again, to everyone, I don't know if it was department issued, might have been his private weapon, but to use it in the manner in which he used it beyond certain points in time or boundaries or points of demarcation, it might be something to explore.
Yeah, for sure.
So here's my thoughts. I think that if this was ABC News, this would be a different situation. I think that Sergeant Fahey would have came out and just said, I have no comment, went back inside his house. If ABC News didn't retreat, he might have called 911 in a nice way and say, hey, I got a news truck out here. They don't want to leave. Can you just roll up and just have them leave my property? Thank God there were cameras here in this situation, because this obviously could have turned very deadly. SeanPaul Reyes could have lost his life. And I think that, in my opinion, I think that Fahey was looking for every opportunity to do that. And the thing that leads me to believe this, and the scary thing about it, is when he says, this is the most, what did he say? This is the most dangerous thing, or this is the most, what did he say?
The biggest mistake you've ever made?
Mistake you've ever made in your life. That to me would have been, kaplow, I shot you and I'm looking over you and you're saying, this is the biggest mistake you've ever made in your entire life. You also saw, and Jason pointed this out the other day, and this was a good observation by him, as Fahey is on the phone and backing Reyes up, he's saying things like, I'm a Connecticut State Trooper, over and over again. He's now saying things like, you threatened me.
Yes.
You threatened me online. You threatened me. Oh, I didn't hawk two in your face. I yelled at you and spit one on you. He's shaping the narrative for the report, for the 911 report. He's shaping the narrative. Thank God there's cameras there to catch all of this. I think SeanPaul Reyes would have been in a very serious situation if this wasn't recorded. And let's just take this right back to the Karen Reed case. What happened? What was the first thing that SeanPaul Reyes said when he walked onto the steps and backed off? Oh, I'm being recorded by the Ring camera footage.
Yeah.
And we know what happened with Ring camera footage right across the street from 34 Fairview. Apparently, it went missing. It didn't record. And I can almost guarantee you, if SeanPaul didn't have a videographer there with him that day and something horribly happened to him, I can almost guarantee you that ring footage probably would have went missing or didn't record that day.
I
Those
agree.
are just my thoughts on this.
I totally agree. When you and Jason Broyles were saying the other day that it appeared that Trooper Fahey could have angled or would have been angling to shoot Mr. Reyes, who, by the way, everyone's names are not rolling off my tongue this evening. I apologize for that. I was a little taken aback when I heard you both say it. And then I listened to the video again, and I'm like, it's possible. He was definitely backtracking on some of what happened already. He was rewriting in his mind the narrative, the report, justifying the use of force, which, I mean, if you have the best expert on right now to talk about this, I don't find, and I'm not an expert on this, the amount of force to be even used in terms of Trooper Fahey's conduct during this exchange to be proportionate or appropriate. But yeah, I think had there not been cameras rolling, which I had referred to in your chat as probably the best weapon that was present that day, had there not been cameras rolling, you might have had a very different and a very dark ending to this story.
Yeah,
I agree.
it's crazy, right? Let's play through a little bit more of this here.
Now what? Look at the gun in his hand.
That's right, I have a gun in my hand. I'm a goddamn Connecticut State Trooper.
I don't
And
care.
you threatened to kill me
No,
online.
I did
So
not.
I'm protecting myself and
No,
my
I did.
family.
No, I did
Don't
not.
ever fucking come back to my house again.
No problem. I'll stand right here with my billboard truck.
You
and
go
close
right
it.
ahead.
Yeah,
Go right
No
ahead.
problem.
I don't
you spit
care.
in my face, you're
Don't
going to
ever
jail.
come back to
You're
my
going to jail.
fucking house
You're
again.
going to jail.
Don't ever
You're
come
going
back to
jail.
my house
It's okay
again.
for you to assault people and break people's property, but I can't ask questions about
You're a
your
fucking
overtime.
liar.
About
You're
your
a fuck-
overtime,
My
$75,000
More than
for a
that,
desk
buddy.
job.
More than
More
that.
than that, right? More than that. What a crazy
man.
psychopath.
Need a break from modern life? We'll travel back in time to the Star Drive-In. That's East Taunton's iconic retro hotspot. Fun for the whole family. Enjoy great food, entertainment, and timeless memories. They got free community events all season long, including movies under the stars, live music and tailgating, Jeep meets, classic car shows, and bike nights. While you're there, indulge in over 100 flavors of soft serve, 80 flavors of Bliss and Gifford's hard ice cream, plus a rotating selection of 10 flavors of Dole Whip. The Star Drive-In is not your average fast food place. Everything is made fresh to order using quality ingredients. Fresh seafood is delivered daily and pizza dough made twice a day for maximum freshness. I love their pizza. The Star Drive-In, where food, fun, and family memories never go out of style. They're conveniently located at 205 Myrick Street in East Taunton. That's exit 16 off Route 140. Make sure to visit their website or follow them on Facebook for their latest menus and upcoming events. And hey, while you're there, say hi to Erica and her team. And if you mention LTL at the register, you'll receive 10% off your entire purchase. That's the Star Drive-In in East Taunton. It's the most iconic retro hotspot.
Sorry, I'm like a dog with a bone. I want to know what that mailbox says, the number. I'm still saying whose property is this, So if anyone's very interested, they should kind of look into who's got access to that road. That impacts all of these different issues.
This is
There's
a good
one mailbox.
Robin asking a great question. Let's go to Todd on this one. Do you think if he wasn't a cop, Reyes wouldn't have been arrested?
Ask it again.
If
So-
if Fahey wasn't a cop, and let's just
No.
say these are two citizens banging at it, Todd,
Oh.
okay, would Ray have been arrested that day?
No.
Was that the question? That's right. I mean,
Let me
that's the
see.
right answer. Maybe I read it wrong.
Do you think if he wasn't a cop,
Oh.
Reyes would have been arrested? He was ultimately arrested.
Arrested. He
I
was
thought it
ultimately
said
arrested.
wouldn't have been arrested.
Yeah, the responding police officers from the municipality would have said, "Hey, take this out in court. If you've got a grievance, go file, at the clerk's office.
There aren't any no trespassing signs. We're just coming in peace to ask some questions.
So the thing that's really odd about this is that they whack him with that voyeurism malice charge, and he's actually not even recording. He's got a camera in his hand, but he's actually not even recording, which is odd.
No, and his cameraman who is recording behind him is clearly visible in the frame. Obviously, when he rings the doorbell, the ring cam turns on. The ring cam would be able to see him holding a camera.
Right.
And when he comes out the door, he has direct visible access to see that not only does Sean have a camera in his hand, whether he's recording or not, but his cameraman is recording. So nothing was hidden, nothing was private about this situation right here.
Yeah, and then we're going to see him actually create space after the door knock here too. And he says into his camera, "Oh, I'm being recorded too." So everybody knows that they're being recorded. Now he creates.
I'm currently being recorded. His ring camera said.
Can I help you?
Hey, Sergeant Fahey, how are you?
You gotta get off my property. It's posted no trespassing.
Nope, there is no posted sign.
Yeah,
There's no
right
problem.
here.
Do you have any? Let's go. Do you have any comment on the allegations that you
Get off
are?
my
I
property.
am.
So here's something interesting that I noticed too. And I'm going to go back. Let me go back 10 seconds.
Get off my property. It's posted no trespassing.
Nope, there is no
Right now.
posted sign.
Yeah,
There's no
right
problem.
here.
Do you have any? Let's go. Do you have any comment on the allegations that you?
Okay. So Fahey comes out. He says, "Get off my property." Okay. And then you hear Sean say, "Let's go." He's actually, I thought at first he was engaging him again, like, "All right, let's go. Like, let's talk, let's talk." He doesn't. He actually says, "Let's go," which I think he's signaling his cameraman. And what do you notice? They start backing off the property because he was told to leave.
So playing devil's advocate, which
Sure.
I often have to do in my job because I like to stay one step ahead of no matter what my opposing counsel is, whether it's a district attorney or whether it's private counsel.
Right.
Right there, he hesitated. And by Fahey saying it's private property, you need to go, and him staying there and not moving and saying there's no trespassing sign, let's go. If I had to really grasp and reach, maybe that could be considered remaining on private property after being told no. But you also have to realize that under the reasonable person standard, you have to give somebody a moment to put themselves into motion. And I don't think that he could argue that he remained on the property for beyond a reasonable time. So, like, thinking about it, I'm wondering if, like, Fahey was like, I told him to get off my property and he didn't. If that little teeny piece right there is what they're trying to grasp onto. Yeah.
It's like a nanosecond.
To say that he remained on the property. But, saying no, there's no trespassing signs. By saying let's go, like, he knew what Fahey was gonna, like, he knew.
He says, "Let's go," and they start backing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cameraman was set. He's like, okay, let's go. And you also know that Fahey's gonna flip
Yeah.
shit. Like, where at this point you've had enough interactions where you're like, okay, this guy's definitely.
But there's nothing wrong with what he did. I mean,
not at all.
You can ask that question.
No, it goes back to what I said to you a couple weeks ago, that if you're going to punish him for doing that, then you need to punish every other mainstream news people that follow their targets around
every day. TMZ.
Every single day. Yeah. And as somebody who's been on TMZ and having you recorded when you don't want to be, asking questions, hey, can we get a comment? Hey, can we get this? Like, if you're gonna go after content creators and new independent media for doing that very thing, then you need to equally enforce it by going after mainstream media. Because if you're expecting that behavior from one, you should expect that behavior from all. And he wasn't doing anything outside of the norm.
No, and it doesn't, like, it's going to even put it doesn't even put in perspective as to now what's going to happen. I mean, he's going to get his spit in his face. He's going to have a firearm posted and pointed at him, well, in threat of being pointed at him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. And this is like what they're going to get him because he knocked on someone's door and asked a question. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. All right, let's go back to the video here.
I am moving. Do you have any comment on the allegations?
Again, I am moving. Now, this is the pattern that I want people to pay attention to. This turnaround, and then Fahey's going to leave the situation and come back now and engage. So remember that. Just remember that pattern, because I'm telling you, no one noticed this. When we get to the second video, it's all going to make a hell of a lot more sense. Trust me. All right, let's play through.
Is that you are receiving... Couldn't even get the question out. Ladies and gentlemen, he was so angry. Couldn't even get the question out.
And there's and he's now he's turned to I mean, you can keep playing it while I talk.
Yeah.
Now he's turned around and he's literally exiting the property with his back towards the house. This should have ended right here. Right here. He should have let Sean continue doing his little spiel on his show and let him continue walking. It should have ended right here. That's it.
Well,
Boom.
Right. And then you have to look at it too. When Fahey comes out, he goes, "You tried to kill my family." If you're so afraid and this man is so threatening, why would you come back out and re-engage him? You have the opportunity now to literally have a house in between you and this dangerous person.
I wouldn't even get as far as you just got, Brian. If this guy threatened you and you literally thought your life was in fear, why would you go out on the front porch at all? Not go in and come back out. Like, I wouldn't even get to that point. I wouldn't even answer my door. I'd immediately call the police and be like, there's somebody on my porch that has threatened to kill me. He is posing a significant risk to me and my family.
Great point.
That's it. I wouldn't even open the door.
Great point. Great point. I mean, there it is. Excellent point. All right, here we go.
There's no trespassing signs. Let's see. Let's see if there's no trespassing signs. What a coward. He can assault me in broad daylight while receiving taxpayer money. But the minute an independent journalist comes to his home,
Jen, thank you.
and he's probably going to try and get me unlawfully arrested now. As you could see, I moved back his camera that says you are currently being recorded. Film this guy. You're crazy. What do you think I'm doing, you psycho? You have a weapon in your hand? What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't have any weapons. I'm a journalist. What do you think I'm doing, you psychopath? What do you think I'm doing?
Get off my property right now.
What do you think
Get
I'm
off
doing?
my property right now.
I'm off your property.
This is my property.
Well, do you see me not
All the way
moving?
to the cul-de-sac.
Calm down.
Get off my
that gun out
fucking
of your hand.
property.
Get that gun out of your hand,
Get off my
psycho.
fucking property.
Get that gun
I'm
out
a
of your hand,
goddamn
psycho.
Connecticut State Trooper.
I don't care who you are.
Trespassing
I don't
on
care
my
who you are.
fucking property.
I don't care who you
Get
are.
off my fucking
I don't
property.
care who you are.
Right now.
You spit in my...
And there's the spit. That guy's an animal. This guy's an animal.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, Brian. I don't think I would have had as much self-control as SeanPaul did.
Sean handled this great. I would be pissed. But when you have a man that's a psychopath that's looking for a reason to unload his clip into someone, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna raise your hand to him. That guy's gonna kill you. I mean, that's
I also, one of the things that I was pointing out to myself every time I rewatch this video that the general public might not catch out on is that he is visibly aware that he is being recorded from an angle, and he keeps his gun just angled
off to the side of the
his
camera.
leg,
yeah,
so that you can't see it on camera. So he's posing a threat, but he's making it so that he's not looking overly, aggressive, even though obviously his body language, his words are aggressive. But in terms of, when you think about assault and battery, it's immediate apprehension and fear of harm, fear of bodily injury. That gun gives you the element of that immediate apprehension and fear of harm. And there's not a reasonable person on this planet, myself included, that if you came at me with a firearm, that I wouldn't be like, oh crap, is this the day?
Yeah, I'm sure that thought went through his mind. And by the way, shout out to Full Court Press. He's been out there reporting on this as well with Leroy Truth and Garden State Accountability. You guys do a great job out there along
Love
with
you
Sean. But
guys.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. If someone had I mean, I don't know, Adam. I mean, I'm a pretty tough guy, but that would fucking scare the shit. Like, I would be scared shitless. Sean
And
didn't shake. He didn't. His voice didn't quiver through any of it. It was just like literally calling him he's calling him a psycho the entire time. I'm like, dude, his balls are like brass balls. Like, he's like, dude, you're a fucking psycho. And I'm gonna tell you, and I said this even when I first started looking at this, when Todd and Nan went through this with me. There's no camera there. I'm telling you. If there's no camera there and none of this is being recorded, Sean probably would have had a clip unloaded into him. And the ring camera footage would mysteriously disappear, just like in John O'Keefe's case. It would be the same thing. Oh, it didn't record. Oh, it's missing. Oh, I don't know where it is. Because who are you going to believe? Who are you going to believe?
Yep.
Yeah, who are you going to believe when you call 911 and there's two guys dead? Hey, look, they came to attack me. I unloaded my clip. Sorry. They would have been dead. I truly believe that. They would have been dead.
Unfortunately, I think you're right that, you know, he would have set it up to make it look like he was, you know, defending himself, blah, blah, blah. If they didn't have cameras on him, and, you know, beyond the cameras saved their life too. I have to give SeanPaul, you know, even more credit for going back to you and I just saying, you know, I obviously that would rattle anybody. And it's not like you're being rattled by a stranger that you don't know what he's going to do. There's a history there and you know he's crazy. So that adds an extra level of, oh crap, is he really going to pull the trigger or not? Like, I can't be sure he won't. Like, because he's just that, you know, unstable.
Yeah, and I just still can't believe that Connecticut State Troopers, with the actions of Fahey, what he did, the pistol, the spit, that this guy's not even suspended. There's no press release. There's no nothing. That, look, under the advisement of things that, you know, I don't know, that we saw the other day in this video. We're looking deeper into the matter, and as of right now, you know, he's on administrative leave. There's none of that. Nothing. So they justify what happened. They're justifying his actions and standing behind that, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So I want to respond to Michael L in your chat asking, so he asked, is there a law that prohibits somebody from intentionally passing a biohazard to another person? Unfortunately, the way the assault and battery laws in Connecticut are written, bodily fluids are not included in the statute between regular citizens like you or I. But for some strange reason, biofluids are included in the assault on a police officer statute. So that's where the whole ridiculous nature comes in at the end of Sean's video, where he was like, so if I spit on you because you're a cop, that's assault. But if you as a cop spit on me, it's not assault. You can get away with that. So unfortunately, the way the Connecticut law is written, right now they're saying no, unless there was actual bodily injury because of the spit. Like, so the way I interpret that, you know, as an attorney is, if he actually did go to the hospital and got the saliva tested, and it turns out Fahey did have a communicable disease, and he potentially exposed, you know, Sean, let's say, to HIV, and he had to go on meds, there's a physical injury now. You could absolutely charge him. But if the spit was sterile, according to the statute, it didn't cause harm, so you can get away with it, which is absolutely disgusting in every form or fashion. Nobody should be spitting on anybody. I don't care who you are.
It's inhumane thing to do. It's disgusting. And it just shows, again, shows his character. And I'm guarantee you, he's done stuff like this before, because you don't just do that. You know, this is something that's inside the personality, in my opinion, it's inside the personality of this guy. This is stuff that he has done to other people probably throughout his life or his career. And I go back to, you know, maybe people are just intimidated to not say anything, or they have put in formal complaints. And look, Connecticut State Police don't care. They haven't disciplined anything. We haven't heard a press release. So, you know, maybe they just brush these off when these type of complaints come in. I don't know. But anyway.
I'd be so interested to see, you know, we're never going to get the full gist of it, even if you did submit things, but I'd be really interested to see what kind of civilian complaints are in his employment file.
Yeah, be interesting. Be interesting to see. All right, let's go back to the video here. And again, I called it a clip. I apologize. It's a magazine. All right, here we go.
My property
You're
right
going
now.
to jail now.
Get
Look
off
at
my
this.
property
Look
right
at
now.
this. He spit in my
Get off my
face.
pro-
You said you're
right
going
in
to
my
jail.
face. I'm spitting as I'm talking to you.
No, you spit
Get
in
off
my
my
face.
property
You spit in
right
my face.
now.
You spit in my face.
Get off my
You're
property
going to jail.
right now.
I'm going.
Get off my
I've
property
been going.
right
Since the moment
now.
you told me.
Get off
That's
my
not how criminal
property
trespass
right
works.
now.
Psycho.
Get
You're
off
a
my
psycho,
property
bro.
right
Look at
now.
the gun in his hand. This guy's
Goddamn right.
crazy.
I'm a Connecticut State
I don't
Trooper.
care a shit who you
are
are.
trespassing on my property.
That doesn't matter. You can't
threatened
break
to
the law.
kill me.
I didn't.
You threatened to
You
kill me
lied.
online.
Right? No, I
Get
did
off my
not.
fucking
You're a
property
liar.
right now.
You are a liar.
Right now.
Look, see the big
Get off
beautiful
my
billboard
property.
truck? It's all being recorded.
I don't care.
It's all being. I
Get
know you
off
don't
my
care
property
because you don't face any
right now.
consequences.
Get
You
off
don't
my
face any
property
consequences.
right now.
Don't
This is
spit in
the
my
biggest
face.
mistake you ever
No,
made.
no, it's not.
This
It's
is
the biggest mistake you ever made. No,
Get
it's
off
not.
my property right now.
It's not the biggest mistake
Get
I
off
ever
my
made.
property right
It's
now.
not the biggest mistake. It's the
Get
biggest
off
mistake. You
my
are spit in my face.
I
You
didn't spit in your face.
You
I
disgusting.
was spitting
You
on
dis-
you.
Yeah.
Why I'm yelling at you to get off my
Yeah.
property right
Get
now.
off. I'm off your property. Now what? Now what? Look at the gun in his hand.
Psycho.
Why do I have a gun in my hand?
You're not justified in yelling at me,
I don't
so that's
care.
not an excuse either.
What's that, Adam?
You're not justified in yelling at me, so that's not an excuse either.
Yeah.
Like, calm yourself.
Yeah.
You kill me
No, I
online.
did.
And again, I'm telling you, we've now seen the behavior. Oh, wow. It's been twice in this video. Twice in this video. Because look, let's just go back here for a second. And I'm talking about this re-engagement. The re-engaging is a pattern of
The
this.
biggest
I'm
mistake
gonna show
I
you
ever
the
made.
video
property
in a
right
It's
second.
now.
not the biggest mistake. It's the
Get
biggest
off
mistake. You
my
are spit in my face.
I
You
didn't spit in
disgusting.
your face.
You
I
disgusting.
was spitting
You
on
dis-
you.
Yeah.
Why I'm yelling at you to get off my
Yeah.
property right
Get
now.
off. I'm off your property. Now what? Now
Turns
what?
around to leave.
Look at the gun in his hand.
That's right, I have a gun in my hand. I'm a goddamn Connecticut State Trooper.
I don't care.
And he's now come back where he could have just turned around. He got Sean off his property. He could have turned back. He has the upper hand. He has a fucking gun in his hand. You have the upper hand, bro. Like, you have the upper hand in the situation. Like, what are you afraid of? You've just got the threat off your property. You could have just turned around and walked back up to your house. And you're going to see how
Yep.
quick 911 is going to be there. They're going to be there in probably less than 30 seconds when I start playing. So he could have been halfway up his driveway again. Again, this is the pattern of behavior that I've noticed in these videos. He comes back and always re-engages. He's not de-escalating.
Threatened to kill me
No, I
online.
did
So I'm
not.
protecting myself
No,
and my
I did.
family.
No, I did
Don't
not.
ever fucking come back to my house again.
No problem. I'll stand right here with my billboard truck.
You go right ahead.
Yeah,
Go right
No
ahead.
problem.
I don't
you spit
care.
in my face. You're
Don't
going to
ever
jail.
come back to
You're
my
going to jail.
fucking house
You're
again.
going to jail.
Don't ever
You're
come
going
back to my
jail.
house
It's okay
again.
for you to assault people and break people's property, but I can't ask questions about
You're a
your
fucking
overtime.
liar.
About
You're a
your
fuck-
overtime,
My over-
$75,000
More than
for
that,
a
brother.
desk job.
More than
More
that.
than that, right? More than that. I'm gotta go. What a crazy psychopath! He
What's wrong?
spit in my face.
In his mouth. He must be pissed. He's pissed.
I would be.
No, I'm an
Yeah.
independent journalist. Get it right, buddy.
I love that too.
Get it right. I never threatened. He says I threatened to kill him.
So
Ooh, I knocked on your front door. I'll get that 911 call too, buddy.
Still
Look at this guy.
re-engaging.
He probably, I'm a Connecticut State Trooper. Come help me from the camera. Come help me from the guy asking me questions, please, before I shoot him. And I did. And I did.
He's still
No, you
re-engaging.
spit in my face and you're going to
Yeah,
jail.
now he's
And you're
coming
going to jail.
Yeah.
You're going to jail. You spit in my face and you're going to. It's all right here, buddy.
Spit on you,
Right here.
and you're on my
It's all right here.
I spit on
It's
you.
all right here,
Goddamn
buddy.
right.
Look at these guys. Look. Look.
You get off my fucking property.
All right, so we're gonna stop it here. There's about another full 20 minutes or so to this video. If people haven't seen it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop, because this is kind of the point I want to stop here and go to the next video. But again, multiple times, Adam, where could have de-escalated in the situation, and these are things that I'm starting to see now as I watch this more. Could have de-escalated the situation, has come back and re-engaged the threat. Remember, this man threatened to kill me online. I'm so afraid. And it just all goes back to what? The original point that you made. You could have said, look, if this is a scary individual and they've threatened to kill you and they're out in your house, why not just stay inside and call 911? Look how long it took them to get there, Adam. It was less than what? 2 minutes? And they were there.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the video here, the video link here in the chat. If you want to continue to watch that and you haven't seen it, you can click on the link. All right, let's go to the second video. Again, that pattern that I picked up on of re-engaging, always coming back, re-engaging. Now, this is from a year ago. Sean went up to file a FOIA request, and Fahey was here. We'll play
July of 2021, I went to the Connecticut State Police headquarters to file a formal complaint
2021, I
against America's
apologize.
dumbest cop,
last
Trooper Lavoy.
Thank you, sir. How you doing, Sergeant?
You videotaping me?
Now, Sean actually gets assaulted in this video, and we're going to see that assault, and nothing gets done.
Yes, I am.
Okay. I don't want to talk to you then. If you want to videotape me, then if you want to talk to me like a man, we can chat.
But what about you guys wear body cameras here? What's the difference?
I don't have a body camera.
I understand that. What can I get your name, Sergeant?
Yeah, Brian Fahey.
Brian Fahey.
Yep.
So there's a serious civil rights violation going on here.
Okay,
So as I was explaining to your other trooper, I'm a journalist, independent journalist working on a story.
Okay.
And I was gathering content for that story at the Bradley Airport. TSA became concerned about me filming.
Okay.
A supervisor came over. The first person who was concerned called the supervisor. Supervisor said, you have every right to film. It's not an issue. I know your rights. You know your rights. Continue what you're doing. One of the troopers at a Bradley Airport, trooper.
How can I help you today with pistol permits? Can I help you today with pistol permits?
Why would I don't need help with pistol permits. I need help with the civil rights violation, as I just told you, sir.
But you can contact our internal affairs department. It's online, or there's a phone number.
But you're a
I'm a
supervisor.
supervisor in charge of special licensing and firearms. So all these people that are online in 529 gun dealers in the state of Connecticut, that's what we're dealing with. There's an outlet for
But
you to make your complaint.
there's a
sir.
civil rights violation.
But there's an outlet for you to make your complaint, and you can make that. We've
But
given you it.
why are you guys acting like this? I'm trying to make a serious
Acting
civil
like
rights.
what? I don't know what you. I
Because
can't help you with your complaint today. You have your outlet. You can call IA. I can get you the number, or you can go online and make.
This is the headquarters. Can't somebody just come down here and speak to me from
No,
my
because
internal
our
affairs?
internal affairs division is not here.
Where is it? So I can go there.
It's in Middleton. It's in Meriden. I'm sorry, at North Colony Road,
It's in Meriden.
building number 11, I believe. Yes.
Meriden.
Yep.
Can you get me that address?
Sure. 294 North Colony Road.
294 North Colony Road.
Yep. And you can
Building.
contact-
Building what again?
I think it's building 11. I'm not sure exactly. You're going to go. When you come into the complex, the forensic laboratory is going to be on your left. You're going to take a right. There's an island. It's the last building on the right.
And that's
But
where they're located.
You have your outlet to make your complaint. We give you plenty of outlets to make your complaint,
Yeah.
and we've offered them all to you. You have the paperwork, right, to make your
Yeah.
complaint?
They just gave me the complaint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go right ahead.
I'll
Go
put-
right ahead, sir.
But this is part of a thing that I'm going to fill this out, but I want to
Fantastic.
speak with somebody who can help me.
Okay, well, then you can call IA, or you can go there, and if they have time to speak to you, they'll speak to you. But you have your outlet. You can go online and you can get the phone numbers.
Yeah.
You've given. We want to entertain your complaint through the proper channels. You want to make a complaint?
Yeah, which is through internal affairs.
Yep,
It's the
so you
proper
can give
channels.
them that. Yep.
I will go speak to them
All right, have
personally.
a great day.
You too.
Nice talking to you.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this part right here. This part's great. Watch, but I kind of like what Sean does here. I'm not gonna lie.
As well.
But he has
You all
every
set
right
here?
to do what he's doing.
Excuse me?
Are you all set here?
Well, yeah, there's nothing else obviously you can help me out with at this
Okay,
point.
so you're all set. So you're going to go to IA right now,
Right
correct?
Yeah, I'll be
Okay.
there.
All right.
I'm going to be going.
Okay.
I'm going to be
Why
going.
are you waiting? Like, what is
So
wrong
you're
with
staying here with your cell phone on.
I thought you were busy. I thought you were a
I
busy
am.
man.
I am
So-
busy.
So you should
am.
get to work
I should get to work. Is that what you're telling me?
if you're busy.
Now that's
There's
assault.
Yep.
That's assault. That's fucking assault. That is
Yep.
assault, and it gets worse because we're gonna play it. but that straight up is
Is-
assault.
There's no justification for that at all. At all.
But I love the pause, because he has every right to do that, though. You could stand there if you wanted for fucking 20 minutes. But that's the assault. Never discipline, nothing. Here we go.
Hey, with your cell phone.
I thought you were busy. I thought you were a
I
busy
am.
man.
I am
so,
busy.
So you should
am.
get to work.
You should
I
get back to work.
I should get to work. Is that what you're telling me?
If you're busy.
We're gonna have a problem between you and I, definitely.
His body
And there's a
You're gonna do an interference.
His body camera's on.
We can
His
hear
body
that.
camera's on. Stop. He has his body camera
I don't
on.
care.
Stop,
I
man.
don't care.
Step back.
Right?
Step back.
I'm gonna.
This is private property.
I'm
okay?
not doing anything.
You're not going to
I will get
videotape
off.
me and
I'll
have
get
an
off of
attitude
it.
with me.
I'll get
But
off
I'm
of
going to
it.
tell you
Where's
what
your
right
phone?
now,
I'll
dude.
get off of it.
I'm not
Stop.
the one.
All right.
Okay? I gave
not
you the
the one.
information
trying
you
to make a
needed,
complaint, that's it.
and I gave you your outlet.
I'm
Right? You were
going.
giving your
I
outlet.
said I
No,
was
you wanted to
going.
stand there and hold your cell phone in my face.
I
Is
wasn't
what
in
you
your
wanted to
face.
do. Yes,
I
you
wasn't in
do.
your
Take your
face.
cell phone and go and make your complaint. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Can I grab my
No,
cell
you stay
phone?
right here.
I'll get it for you.
All right.
What's
Where's your
wrong
car
with
at?
you
Where's your
guys,
car at?
man?
Where's your car at?
I'm gonna go, man. I'm going.
All right, no, but where's your car
Why
at?
didn't you
I'm
know where
asking.
my car's at? You were about to arrest me, man, for real?
I had
Is your
to
body
detain
camera
you.
on?
Yeah, my body camera is on, buddy. I'm Trooper Stg 1139.
Costello.
Yep.
Wow.
Listen, with the
You
situation
were
that
gonna
you're going,
arrest me for real?
we're going to detain you or what?
Oh, and here it comes. Here's the re-engagement, not de-escalation. Here he comes again. And this is the pattern that I want people to understand about this guy, that he never de-escalates. He always re-engages and brings the temperature of the situation up again.
Situation
Here he
was going
comes.
on, man. You're being
Conversation's over. Go ahead. Thank you.
Look, everyone, it's Sergeant Brian Fahey in the flesh. There he is. Look at him. In the flesh. He's here.
Hi, sir. How are you?
And I want to go back to this because I think he points in his face.
His body camera's on. Stop. He has his body camera
I don't
on.
care.
Stop,
I
man.
don't care.
Step back.
Right?
Step back.
I'm gonna.
This is private property.
I'm
Okay?
not doing anything.
You're not
Alright,
going
relax.
to
I will get
videotape
off.
me and
I'll
have
get
an
off of
attitude
it.
with me.
I'll get
But
off
I'm going
of
to
it.
tell you
Where's
what
your
right
phone?
now,
I'll
dude.
get off of it.
I'm not
Stop.
the one.
All right.
Okay? I gave you the
I was
information
trying
you
to make a
needed,
complaint. That's it.
and I gave you your outlet.
I'm
Right? You were giving
going.
your
I
outlet.
said I
No,
was
you wanted to
going.
stand there and hold your cell phone in my face.
I
is
wasn't-
what-
Oh, wait a minute. He's bumping in his chest, Adam.
Well, he's also, I mean, he's also grabbing his shirt and holding on to him.
It's assault.
And yeah, and I think at one point he said that he was holding on to his shirt to ensure that he didn't trip over the curb when they were walking.
Bullshit.
But he was holding the shirt long before that, and he was holding the shirt long after that. There's absolutely no justification for any of that. None. And the worst part is you knowingly have two different officers there who watched their own detective or sergeant escalate the situation and make it worse. And then they were going to protect him and place the blame on Sean when Sean wasn't actually doing anything.
He's backing up.
Done.
He has his hands up like this and he goes, I'm leaving. And then we had that constant escalation by Fahey. He even started pointing his finger into his chest and said, I'm not the guy. It's crazy.
Like,
how
the
does this guy
fact
still
that-
have a job?
I don't know, because like legitimately you have camera footage that Fahey started that entire thing saying, are you and I going to have a problem?
Right.
Meaning you're looking for a fight. You've just made your intentions perfectly clear. You know, in the criminal law context, we have the mens rea and the actus reus. We have the mindset that you have intent to do something, and then you have the actual action that you've done. And here, if we were to charge Fahey with crimes, you've got him openly admitting his intent, you've got him showing his mindset, and then you've got him acting on his mindset.
The physical part of it, too, yeah.
You'd be able to satisfy both the mens rea and the actus reus for, you know, any crime that he commits at this point. He's knowingly engaging in this sort of behavior, and it's perfectly obvious that he's seeking it out.
Yeah, and it's just crazy because you look at the flip side of this, okay? say Sean is the one that does this in reverse and acts this way to Fahey, he would have been slammed on the ground. He would have had cuffs thrown on him. He would have been thrown in jail. He would have had to go in front of a judge. He would have had a massive load of charges thrown against him. He would have massive court dates, and he probably would be in jail for a year, minimum.
Assault.
At least a year.
Oh, they would
Probably more
have
than
made
that.
sure assault on it. Yeah, I was going to say way more than a year. They would have
3 to
absolutely
5?
charged him with multiple. Yeah, probably. And multiple charges of assault on a police officer.
It's crazy.
If that was reversed, he'd be done.
It's crazy. All right, let's go up a little bit more to this video.
You wanted to do. Yes,
I
you
wasn't
do.
in your
Take your
face.
cell phone and go and make your complaint. Okay.
Okay.
Make your complaint.
Can I grab my
No,
cell
you stay
phone?
right here.
I'll get it for you.
All right.
What's
Where's your
wrong
car
with
at?
you
Where's your
guys,
car at?
man?
Where's your car at?
I'm gonna go, man. I'm going.
All right, no, but where's your car
I
at?
didn't even
I'm
know where my
asking.
car's at. You were about to arrest me, man, for real?
I had
Is your
to
body
detain
camera
you.
on?
Yeah, my body camera is on, buddy. I'm Trooper Cell 1139.
Costello.
Yep.
Wow.
Listen, with the
You
situation
were
that
gonna
you're going,
arrest me for real?
we're going to detain you of what the situation was going
Damn,
on,
for
man.
what?
You're being.
I'm leaving.
Conversation's over. Go ahead.
Look, everyone, it's Sergeant
Why,
Brian.
why would he detain him? I don't understand. What for? What? What would you detain him for? He said he was
I
leaving.
don't know. Like,
He goes, "We were going to detain
no.
you." Detain him for what?
Instigating or causing a ruckus, public disturbance. I'm sure they could come up with any number of things.
Trumped
But
up
like
charge.
the whole thing from the very beginning. He walked up to the door and Fahey was like this, waving, because he's like, "Oh, this asshole's here. I'm now going to instigate. Watch me." You could see the whole, like, he said something to the female officer, and the female officer came out and was like,
Well,
we're going to have an
another
issue.
interaction. That's another
Yeah.
That's an interaction after this incident,
Yep.
and he comes out again. Okay, let's go back up to the video. We'll finish this one out.
Fahey in the flesh.
There he is.
There he is.
Oh, he
Look at him.
knows.
In the flesh. He's here.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
You already told me you didn't have anything here.
Oh, yeah, I just got to do some FOIA requests and things.
Some
of that nature. A FOIA request for your body camera footage and Sergeant Brian Fahey's disciplinary record.
You can have it. Send it in writing.
Yeah.
Who's the guy behind you? that-
I have to conduct business here, Sergeant.
Sir, what can we do for you? Come on.
Oh,
We'll be
you're the
happy to take
sergeant of
care of
pistol permits, aren't you?
Go ahead. Come on in, sir.
Sir,
Excuse me, sir. You have to get out of the way.
sir, I know
Excuse me, sir.
I know your inclination is wanting to assault me,
me, sir.
Sergeant. Stop pushing me. I'm trying to get in.
What is
I'm
that?
trying
You
to get in
can't
the
come in the
building.
building. You have no business here.
I do have
What
business
is
here.
this?
Stop acting like a savage. What are you
Back up
doing?
before I arrest you.
That's how we treat the public? Adam, it's assault again.
I gotta look this up because I'm curious.
All right, I'm gonna play the video. You look it up. When you find some type of answer here, go ahead.
Well, my thing is, just like a courthouse or a government building, you
You
can't
can go in
tell
the common area.
Yeah, it's a lobby. You can't tell me that I can't walk into a police department. It's my tax dollars that fund you. You are a public servant. If I want to come in and write down on a piece of paper my FOIA request to submit it to the dispatcher, I can do that. No different than people pro se going into a court all day long, filing complaints that, a lawyer might not think it's proper because it looks like crap, but you can go in and you can file your own stuff in court all day long. It's a public building. You have a public right of access. I can see if he was trying to gain access like to the back area and the security areas. No,
Right.
You're not allowed. But to actually try to slam the door in his face and get into a tug of war with the door with a member of the public trying to enter your lobby, it's not even his job. He's knowingly choosing to engage in conduct, trying to arouse a situation because he seems to get,
Angry
I
at questions being asked of him.
it's almost like he gets excited when he gets to fight. And, my
Scary.
lord, It is, because I don't know how you pass a psych exam like that. I said in the chat a few moments ago that it's deficient self-regulation. It's literally a DSM-5 identified mental health problem, that you have no self-control, that you actually seek aggression, that you cannot walk away from aggression, that you engage and re-engage and you keep engaging. And the fact that somebody with a gun and a badge has something like that going on is actually very scary. And, you know, I actually have a family member who's a retired Connecticut State Trooper.
Wow.
And we get into it quite often.
Maybe it's just what's in the water over there. I don't know.
I've always long held that carrying a gun and a badge doesn't make you something.
Of
Just
course.
because you have the position and you have a gun and a badge, it does not make you something, and it
Right.
certainly does not make you above the law. It's your actions that determine who you are. And people like him give the good cops a bad name. People like him, they throw a shroud over every person who gets into that position because they want to protect and serve, because they want to do the right thing, and because they want to take care of their community. And then you've got people like him that make everybody look bad. And then it goes into that blue wall where you have good cops that are probably afraid to speak out publicly against one of their own, because then they're going to be chastised and they're not able to do their job. I think I saw somebody in your chat saying that they guarantee that some of Sean's confidential tips that he's getting is probably from other police officers.
Probably.
Or
Yeah.
like look into him.
I get tips from police officers.
Yeah. No, and like, not to keep going back to it, but no different than Yannetti getting a tip from another cop telling them to look into the people at 34 Fairview. So you end up going beyond closed doors, and you're like, hey, I can't speak publicly because I am terrified of what will happen to me, but you need to know this. And
Yeah.
I think this is one of those perfect situations because he is absolutely out of control.
I just don't know why this guy still has a job. It's crazy. All right, let's play a little bit
The
more. here.
security camera footage clearly shows Sergeant Brian Fahey violently take my camera from my possession, stopping it from recording. I want you all to take a moment and think about what would happen if one of us did this to a law enforcement
very true.
officer.
Back up
Take
before
my
I
phone
arrest
again.
you.
I have other
Back
people
up
watching
before
you.
I arrest you. Back
Her
up.
body camera's on.
That's fine. Get
You
away
like
from
to
the
do
door.
things in
You
front of
don't need
people's
to block
body
the
camera.
door. Don't block the door.
No one's scared of you,
Don't.
Sergeant.
I didn't say you were. Don't
I'm not
block
scared
the
of
door.
you.
Don't block
I'm not
the door.
scared of you.
Don't
Sir.
block
I'm not
the
scared of
door.
you.
Just
Don't
back up.
block the
Scared of
door. Don't block
You
the
know-
door.
Yeah, I'm not scared of you.
Don't block the
Do
door.
what you gotta do.
Don't
Do
block
what
the
you gotta
door.
God,
Do what you gotta do,
little,
because I'm not scared of you, Sergeant. I'm allowed to come into this building.
Correct.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
So let's take a look at
I mean,
Sergeant.
how do you? I mean, I just like. I'm sitting here looking at this, and you look at the guy that was let in to get a pistol permit or talk about a pistol permit, and he's in the lobby, literally witnessing this. How would you feel if this is one of your Connecticut State Troopers that are out policing the streets, and you're seeing this this attitude and this aggression from this officer? I would be pretty fucking scared to get pulled over in Connecticut.
My first response was, if I'm watching him do all that, I'm being like, is there any other trooper that can help me with my application? Because like, I'm not comfortable with him right now.
It's insane. Multiple assaults through all these videos. And again, you know, I wanted to point out that pattern that we've seen of re-engaging, not de-escalating, re-engaging.
And you're trained to de-escalate. It's literally
You would
part
think.
of your training. It's part of the use of force continuum that you are not supposed to use force unless it's equal to the amount of force being shown against you. You can't pull out your gun if somebody's speaking to you in a gentle tone. And you know, when he's saying, hey, I want to fill out a FOIA request, you're not allowed to push and shove it. It's quite literally the exact opposite of what they go through in training in the academy.
Did you see what happened in New London after Sean's hearing the other day? Did you see what happened?
Yep.
All right.
Yes, I did.
Let's play a little bit of that and go over that really quick. So apparently, from what I'm understanding, there was a woman that had her cell phone that was, I guess, grabbed or swatted out of her hand. And a guy didn't like that and tried to grab her phone back. And then we had literally a pig pile on top of this guy. Like, they kicked the shit out of him. All right, let's play this here.
They didn't let us go up the escalator initially. They said no.
And shout out to Garden State Accountability for the video. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Leroy Truth. That's the gentleman right here in the suit.
No one is allowed to go there. You got to have an appointment. So what happened? Well,
She's in a
you went up
wheelchair.
anyway. Well, before that, who was stopping us?
And this literally happened. Like, I'm there for the hearing. I interview Sean. I talk to him a little bit. And then everybody's kind of dissipating. So I'm like, all right, it's getting towards the afternoon. I'm going to take off. It looks like everything's going to break up. And I guess I just missed this as it happened.
Jeez.
Oh, the police were there. Yeah, police were there. They blocked
Something's
it.
going on. Something's going on.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
No, you can't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm outside. I'm outside.
I'm not
It's
on.
all the chief's fault. This chief is a piece of shit.
What are you guys doing? What are you doing? Look at these gang members. Look at these fucking gang members.
I can't breathe.
What the fuck are you guys doing? 5 cops, 5 fucking pussies. 5 fucking pussies. 6 pussies.
Can't breathe.
Fuck them. Fucking cops. Why don't you get Why don't you get your fucking gun? Get your gangbangers.
I got my phone taken.
I gotta just fucking beat him, you gangbangers.
Sean, I just got my phone taken.
Look at these fucking gangbangers. Fucking pussies. Pussies.
Dude, look at this tackle, bro. That's not. Really? Like, what is going on here?
So from what I was told, the cop ripped the cell phone out of the woman's hand.
Right.
And the guy went to go take it back, which, should he have done that? No. Would I have done the exact same thing? Probably, absolutely. Don't grab my personal property away from me. I have every right to take it back. You're stealing. You have no right to touch my personal property.
Right.
I don't care that you're a cop if or not. You have no right to do that. But again, you're talking about the escalation of the situation. You should have never grabbed that woman's phone. You should have never started that in the first place. You literally have a duty as a public servant and as a police officer to hold yourself to a higher standard. If you didn't want to be videotaped, ask her to put the phone away or go back into the court. You don't go and engage and create a situation that's then going to get escalated. And then the guy knowingly, it was a reflex. You took her phone, give it back. There's not a single person on this earth that wouldn't reflex go grab something when somebody tries to take something from you. And then for them to body slam him and tackle him.
Smash that dude.
You literally watched the officer almost look like he got
It's a football tackle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he went head over heels.
It was like
rolled
WWE
over
style.
and around. Yeah. He got suplexed. I can't. He suplexed himself essentially by trying to tackle that dude, and he went over. And I'm sure he used that as oh my God, I just got assaulted, even though it was his fault. And then for you to, keep trying to grab him when he's not. I mean, I've heard some people saying that, oh, he resisted and he deserved what he got. No. First of all, he doesn't even look like he's resisting. He's fearing for his life at that point, and I would be too when you're trying to break limbs and snuff me out on the ground. I'm trying to get into a position where I'm not going to be kicked in the face, have a knee on my neck. First fear when you have multiple people jumping on you is you're going to be suffocated. So none of that was needed at all. At all.
You know, I'm going to tell you.
Unjustified.
I'm going to give you my opinion on this. I think what this is, they were upset that there was a peaceful protest outside the courthouse. They had to stand and look out that window all day of the actions and the things that were being told, the truth that was being told outside that courthouse that day. Probably some attitudes started brewing. They were probably mumbling under their breath. They were all worked up and they were looking for a situation to jump in and do something like this. And you know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if someone gave them the old nod, go out there, go for it. Someone from the higher up might have given the signal. Go ahead, take them out. I wouldn't be surprised.
You don't like us create a buffer zone. You come at me, I'm going to defend myself. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
And
All right, let's go back up.
Ridiculous.
Go ahead, Adam.
Just I'm sure that he got permission to go outside. And I mean, from what I heard, that the officer who took the phone was a higher up. He was a supervisor or a chief. That's right. So there's absolutely no excuse for that, because you're the one that's supposed to be keeping your officers in line, not the one creating the problems.
I agree. De-escalation. Here we go. And it's smashing that guy.
Give her her fucking phone! Give her her fucking phone! You don't have a right to pussy! Lock the door, you fucking pussy! I don't know why I was down there. I gotta get money to get him out, man. Fuck, man, what happened? I was down there, I missed it. What happened?
She took her phone, and then he took the phone.
Ripped it out of her hand.
He ripped it out of her hand. This woman.
Her?
Yeah. He took her phone. He ripped it out of her hand, and I don't know why.
The other guy ripped it out of his hand.
But if you read the sign, it doesn't say, it says courtroom.
There's nothing in this. That's a public law.
But they get it.
How am I gonna get him out?
I need the fucking dude.
They drew That's right. You're right. They did. Sean, Sean, the whole reason that happened was because of that the chief who was talking about. Okay, he's got the right to steal people's phones. That's where I come from. Your phone's not over here. I'm really pissed about this, Sean. I don't know if you watch my videos.
They locked the door.
Yeah, I think they did.
They locked the door to the courthouse.
Gangbanger! Gangbanger! Where's the warrant?
You want to give me $1,000 free?
Where's the warrant? They can't just take your fucking phone. That was the person. I mean, that's one of my good friends. They just fucking jumped. There's nothing more gangbanger than that.
Right.
That's what started it. But when I came up, they were whooping his fucking ass, and he wasn't doing anything.
He grabbed her phone.
5 fucking people, and they could have popped off a guy.
See what happened when he grabbed the phone? See what happened when that guy grabbed the phone? It didn't happen.
That guy reminds me of Tom CPU, like flat up. That's something that Tom CPU would be saying, right?
Yep.
Totally
Yep.
Tom,
Absolutely.
totally
Absolutely.
CPU, right, Lauren? It's totally Tom CPU. You see that fucking guy? He fucking took his phone. It did. It sounds like Tommy.
It does.
Yeah.
He allegedly he took back the property. He took back the property that was stolen from the chief. So the chief grabbed her phone, and he grabbed it from him in the same manner.
You guys got all that on tape, right?
So it was originally confiscated. He tried to get it back.
I got the back of it.
No, he got it back from her.
He got it back, and that's when they
And that's when they threw him to the ground.
You squared up with me.
He got it back.
I verbalized this in the right. We saw it firsthand.
They try to attack the him. They try to attack the him. They try to come at him.
You seem like the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you just people love you. I can tell. You bet you and I love you.
Yeah, they came after him.
I think ultimately this guy ends up going out. Yeah, he gets taken out in a stretcher, bro.
Fucking heroes. 6 people. 6 fucking cops can't get 1 guy. Hero. Hero. Look all you want, you fucking hero.
So I have to say that I don't disagree with the fact that they locked the door to the court, and the way that the crowd is responding right now is not the proper thing to do, because by yelling out your expletives at them, you're inciting a situation, and and by doing that, you're actually giving them a reason. You're giving them a reason to continue the situation because you're not taking the higher road. So if you notice, like when they went into the court and they locked the door, Sean is very calm, level-headed, discussing what happened. He is staying
Leroy's
down.
very calm. Yeah.
Yeah. The rest of them look
still
like
working.
they're inciting a mob. And that's why they locked the court doors, so they could keep control of a situation that could get out of control very quickly. And then, you know, like this poor guy went out in a stretcher.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they should have never walked up to the fence and started screaming expletives. And at one point, the cop turned around just to look at him like, shut up. What are you doing? And he looked at the cop and he's like, what? What are you going to do? That could be taken as a threat and giving that cop a reason. And you don't want to do that, because then if you do get, because if you do get charged with a crime after that, there's the probable cause, and no judge in the world is going to let you skate. The DA is not going to give you a plea deal after that because they have you cold. So when you do get into a situation like that, it's important, just as much as the cops shouldn't do it, you should not escalate a situation either. And I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I totally disagree with.
You're saying like it is. I mean, there's no right. There's no right or wrong answer. I mean, that's why I bring people on the show. I want to hear their opinion. That's why I brought you up here today. Listen, there's a lot of things that you and I agree on and disagree on. That's fine. There's probably people in the chat that are going to disagree, and that's fine. That's why we have open dialogue like this, so we can go through these things. You know, do I think that things could have been brought down a little bit? Sure. After that, and the fucking guy getting tackled by 6 police court officers or police officers, whatever they were, it's fucking overkill. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I think, again, it goes back to this. I think that the temperature was brewing inside there with those court officers, and they were waiting for a reason to snap and go out and jump on whoever they could jump on and make an example, because they were pissing in their fucking little spot that there was a peaceful protest out front, and they're going to stick with that blue wall. That's all this is. And I'm going to guarantee you, the fucking highest up person that was standing right there probably gave him the old signal to the bullpen. Yeah, go out there and take care of them. I'm telling you, someone fucking probably told them to go out there. 100%.
I agree.
100%.
I agree.
100%. So the whole thing's a big, Groton in New London, you're a fucking clusterfuck of what's going on. I'm going to continue to follow this. I'm going to reach out to Sean probably next week and try to get Sean on the show. I know Leroy's reached out to me. Leroy and I have had some conversations, so I'd love to try to get both of them up on panel and kind of talk a little bit more about what's going on, and we can learn more about Sergeant Brian Fahey. I'm sure that Sean has a file that he can go through and educate us a little bit. Yeah, educate us a little bit more on what's going on in Connecticut. You know, listen, I lived in Connecticut. Yeah, I lived in Connecticut back in 2015. I was down in the East Lyme area, so I'm very familiar with where I was the other day, New London, Groton. You know, and when I got to that state, I literally used to listen to the radio when I was driving to work, like local radio, and I would just hear of all this ridiculous spending that goes on inside that state, where I guess a couple of years prior to me moving there, because of the hurricane, it blew out the Niantic boardwalk. Then it's spending like $6 million to fix it. And then I think something else happened. And they ended up spending another $8 million to fix it again. And they went into this whole big spiel about, oh, we need this boardwalk because it's going to bring all this tourism in here, and all the people are going to flood the Niantic, and we're going to make so much money. I don't see it. And then, that stretch of road, the roads are so bad through Connecticut too. I mean, it's one of the most traveled roads because it's in between New York, Boston, and north and south. So there's tons of travel through there. And that's usually, that's obviously the middle point between Boston and New York. And it's like, I would hear all these things like, oh, New London's voting tomorrow for taxpayers to come up with $10 million so we can build this museum. And I'm like, really? You need a $10 million museum in London? Like, who's going to New London? Like, no offense, but who's gonna go hang out in New London? Yeah, I mean, as the naval base there, they do training, but really, we're gonna go hang out in New London? I don't know. A lot of wasteful spending in that state. They fucking tax everything too. Clothes, gas, anything you name it, they tax it. Anything that tangible you can put in your fucking hand, they're gonna tax it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I don't know. We'll keep following this. It's got my ears. It's got my eyes. It's very interesting. Obviously, I'm gonna go out to Sean's next court date. I think it's in September, and I'm gonna support him there. And keep my eyes and ears on this. I don't know, Adam. I don't know. Are we ever gonna fix everything? I don't think.
I'd like to hope we are. I'd really like to think that, we can fight back against tyranny and we can take care of it. But, as humans, we live in a society where they tell us to learn from history and we never do.
No.
And, history
right.
just keeps repeating itself and the same things keep happening over and over and over again. And then nothing ever changes. You're like, okay, well, this incident happened. We'll learn from it. Nothing changes. Nothing is ever done. And the more you allow, and this is for any institution, it's for any profession, the more you allow the kind of behavior that is shown by Sergeant Fahey, and you don't hold that person accountable and you don't punish them and say, hey, listen, you're fired, that it's like a virus and the virus grows and the virus spreads. And next thing you know, you're not having small little pockets of problems like in Mystic and Groton and Norfolk County. Now you're having problems nationwide, worldwide, and you're wondering, oh my God, how did we let it get this bad? But why didn't we take care of the problem in the first instance? Sometimes you have to use somebody like Sergeant Fahey and set an example and say, this behavior is not going to be tolerated. And if you engage in this behavior, you're going to be fired. You're not, and like, it's obviously it's all over the place. We're talking about Fahey and Sean's entire investigation revolved around overtime fraud. And we just went through it here.
Yeah.
An entire state police department here in Massachusetts just went through overtime fraud. So obviously Connecticut's watching Massachusetts get in trouble and an entire barracks is going up in flames. And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever, not our problem. And now it's happening there. And then things explode. And it's like a growing virus.
Yeah.
We need some antibiotics.
The whole world needs an enema.
Yes. Yes.
All right, Adam. I appreciate you jumping up and doing this hour and 15 with me. We'll keep our eyes on this. I'm sure we'll do another one of these again. I'll be in touch with Sean and hopefully we can try to get him up on the show next week.
Yeah,
but again, I want to appreciate your time. Adam Teper Legal. Where can they find you, Adam?
I'm on X. I'm on Facebook as Teper Legal and everything. I do have a TikTok. I don't have any clue what I'm doing on there. I just post random, hey, what's going on? Somebody asked me about this. Most of what I post is on LinkedIn and Facebook, though. You can look up Teper Legal on both platforms.
Yeah. If you need any legal advice, reach out to him. He's in Swansea, Massachusetts.
Yep. My office is in Swansea. With criminal defense cases, I tend to stay in Bristol and Plymouth counties. With my animal cases, because I specialize in animal law, I do travel across the entire state.
Awesome.
So
great. Well, thanks for joining me. I'm going to let you go and I'm going to wrap up. So that is,
Sounds
again,
good.
Adam Teper, Teper Legal. Thank you for giving me your insight onto the situation on COPTUAH
Anytime.
in Connecticut.